Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner. This is a review of what? This is, honey, I've done a lot of reviews today. This is a review of Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 3. Okay, I'm late, but I'm on time at the same time or whatever, okay? If you have not done so already, please come over to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, and all that goodness and stuff. Now, y'all know the spiel. Like, comment, share, subscribe, relax, relate, release into yourself, inhale, exhale, all that stuff. Let's move on past that because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And I have to go to work in, 9 hours? Wait, no, I gotta be at work at 12. Whatever time, I gotta go to bed too. So I'm gonna get that. Girl, focus. Anyway, let's start with the wedding of it all, okay? We are starting with Paige and Chris, okay? Y'all know no one likes Chris. I don't even think Chris likes Chris, okay? So, I still cannot believe he made it onto this season with him consistently saying how he wants a wife who's pretty. That's his main thing. I want to be pretty, but not want me for the money she don't know that I have. Boy, the fuck back, okay? So Chris is at the altar looking like he don't know what to do, okay? Is she gonna be pretty? If not, because I can't deal with somebody that I am not attracted to. Look, no one is saying that we want people who don't have an attraction to be forced to be together, but you have to also know sometimes you may not see someone and instantly be attracted to them. Sometimes you do have to talk to them, get to know them. There are other things that you can like about somebody besides how they look. Your grandma told your ass she don't look how she looked when she met your grandfather, okay? And he still loves her now, even though she's a bit more plump now. So stop thinking about that. Chris irks all my nerves or whatever. Anyway, it just irks me, okay? Now when she walked down the aisle, he at least smile, okay, about it or whatever. His father say, "Oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. You know, she's gorgeous," but I don't care that they are happy with how she looks because they are all some assholes. Chris is an asshole. His father's an asshole. His friends are too, okay? They all piss me off, okay? Now they're talking to each other. And his family and friends, they both have to, both families give, stuff about the other ones. And his family and friends point out how much he care about how he look and fashion and the what's in the closet, all materialistic stuff. I'm like, girl, we don't care. And when they said that, oh, he cares about family and God and wouldn't mind a honeymoon baby. Please stop using God and Chris in the same sentence. God does love all the children, but Chris is on some BS. And I want them to stop acting as if his main focus is to get right with God and have a woman of God. And that ain't him. That ain't him at all. He using God as an excuse to be like, oh, y'all should like me. I love God. God sees you in your bullshit, Chris, and your family too. Anyway, Chris is talking in his vows about how he is happy that God brought her into his life. I'm like, how do we know if these are not the vows he possibly wrote to the other fiance he broke up with 3 months ago? How do we know that these are fresh vows? We don't know that. You want to know why? Because no one trusts Chris. Chris don't trust Chris. I mean, whatever. Now, she says some vows that are great. They were amazing. However, I don't like the person she's saying them to. I don't like him at all, okay? Now, they get married or whatever, and, he asks, well, can I kiss you? Should I kiss your cheek or your lip? It was real cute and real sweet, but it was Chris. And guess what I don't like? Guess what I don't trust? Chris. Not Chris at all. I don't trust that man at all. Let me also point out, Paige looked amazing. I loved her dress. It fit like a glove, okay? Chris didn't look bad either, but again, it's Chris. We don't like Chris. I don't know who else we have not liked more than not liking Chris. I think maybe Matt, the tall white guy who played ball overseas. I couldn't stand Matt by the end of it. We don't like Chris from the beginning, okay? From the start, okay? Now, I don't feel a connection between them two. I just don't. Now they talking, at the little table, drinking some champagne together, whatever, They talk about their careers, how she's an accountant and he's an entrepreneur who owns a franchise of a brand he won't say on camera, whatever, and now he also just started flipping property. He's flipping one property, and she brings about, well, I own a property that I'm renting out or whatever. So again, they chit and chatting, but again, I don't feel it. It's somebody that feels fake and fugazi or whatever. Anyway, she brings up how she has an infinity tattoo on her wrist because he gave her an infinity necklace before the wedding or whatever, and then she noticed a tattoo on his arm or whatever. So, oh, that looks fresh. She's like, oh yeah, it's fresh or whatever. Oh, so what made you get this tattoo, a couple days ago or whatever. He then say, oh, well, I had to get it to cover up the name of my ex-girlfriend. Me and her both got our names tattooed on each other, so I wanted to get that to get it covered up. Oh, well, okay. She okay, that's fine or whatever. She then brings up her dog. I have a dog or whatever my dog is, whatever her dog she had. Oh yeah, my ex had a dog too. She was like, so are you still or is that a closed chapter? Is there something there going on? You're like, oh no, I'm saying this, I'm over that, but I was engaged, okay, and I ended my engagement a few months ago. She was like, oh, okay, so that's something that we need to, talk about. He was like, yeah, we can talk about that or whatever. And she said, wait, are you happy to be here now? Is that? She said, well, yeah, I am. I'm happy to be here. Girl, now they then up there talking with the family and friends or whatever, taking pictures. They take the photos or whatever. And she's telling her friends how she's worried about their chemistry. I don't feel like we have a chemistry or whatever. Even he was reading from the paper on his vows. Now the friends then say, well, girl, he was probably nervous. He had been waiting out there for a long time. So, give him some time. While I agree she should not take him not look in her eyes while reading his stranger vows to her, that's not a reason to bring up how y'all may not have chemistry. Now, if you don't feel that from the conversation, that's one thing, okay? But again, no one, he maybe just didn't remember the vow. But again, it's Chris. We don't like Chris or whatever. Now, his friends, and one of his friends and his father, her body's great. She looks great. Again, complete and utter assholes. Their pictures were kind of weird too. On both ends, again, I don't feel the chemistry between them, but we shall see where this goes. I do feel like she gonna want to make it work, and I'm like, I wonder if she knows how much of an asshole he is. Shit. Maybe not. Okay, we then get Jacob and Haley, who was the last couple to get married, okay? Now, even though he is 38, I just do not like his haircuts. And even the one he had at the wedding, I need him to cut that bang, okay? I feel like the front of it is a bang. And he's only 38, but he looks a bit older to me. And not old. He just looks a bit older. He has a very strong face. His face looks like it has muscles or whatever, okay? And I just want him to cut that damn bang in the front. So, I think as a man, okay, he has a good face. He's handsome. I mean, I wouldn't marry him because I like his haircut. But again, he's handsome or whatever. So in his suite with his friends or whatever, it's a bit of awkward silence. Okay, I don't know why. His friends bring up how, your connection to the 80s and how you have these 80s jokes. That could be a downfall if you don't handle things right. Don't have this awkward ass silence for no damn reason or whatever. Because again, that could be your downfall. His friends are giving him good sound advice that other adults should give adults on their wedding, especially when their friend is a weird 80s nerd, cool geek dude or whatever. It's hard to match them or whatnot, okay? Now, Haley, I don't have any vibes from her just yet. I feel like I may not get any vibes from her until the honeymoon episodes, because I could not get a read on her. I feel like because she's been in so many weddings, she's on like robotic mode. Like she's just not. Is she void of emotion? I don't know. So they walk down the aisle or whatever, and the family who wrote the information, I felt like both sides gave too much and random ass information. It was so much that it was awkward. Cause it's like, what do I say to that? What do I say to that? What do I was over it. I didn't even write any of the shit down. It was awkward ass shit. I didn't like it or whatever. Now they both, of course, do their stranger vows or whatever, and it was look, there's awkwardness between them. That means, like, I'm saying, not that they don't like each other, but you're a stranger, so I don't know what's gonna happen or whatever. We have no idea if it'll work, but let's see where it goes from here. Now when they had to kiss or whatever, that was also awkward because he paused and she paused and he kind of went. It was just they're awkward. But again, I don't think that they don't like each other. I think they just don't know what to do, what's acceptable. Should I kiss? Should I not kiss? Should I go in? Like, it was just weird or whatever. But again, they get married. Okay, they're married. I'm saying, but at least they kissed. I guess that's one thing to have it. Now, while having champagne, it's still weird. I don't know why. But they just have to get used to each other on both ends of the spectrum or whatever. Now, after they were taking photos or whatever, where is it at? They took their little photos or whatever, and the photographer wanted them, they do the little, kiss photo. And neither of them wanted to kiss in front of their friends and family. But I'm like, again, it's just all awkwardness because they kissed at the wedding and you can't just put your lips together. But it was weird all again. I don't know. I just have to wait to see how they play out. I didn't really care at that point. Now they then went and showed everyone's receptions. I didn't care at all because nothing was really like stand out ish except Chris and Paige. Okay, now because I didn't really fully, I watched the stuff, but I'm like, I don't care, it's idle chit chat or whatever. But we see Chris and Paige talking, and he tells her about how he was homeless for 4 months because again he took a leap of faith for the job in Florida. He only had enough money for either a car or a place to stay, so he got a rental car, which I think was smart because again you have to be able to get around in Florida, whatever. So I got a car, stayed in my car. I had to humble myself, and it was a humble experience or whatever. It was what it was. So again, he brings up that or whatever. She then asked about him being engaged, and he said, I got engaged, whatever. I didn't trust her. She didn't trust me. And anytime I felt like I didn't have her undivided attention, I would have my friendships because I was missing companionship. I'm like, how did he get on the show? Like, there's nothing nice and attractive and enduring and alluring about Chris. Chris is a self-centered, possibly not really rich, he just comfortable black man who has a nice haircut, who's kind of fugly. Well, he's not fugly. He's cute but ugly, okay? Anyway, MC also brings up how with the engagement that he ended a couple months ago, that I don't have any baggage from it. I don't have any kids or nothing. I'm looking like there is more things to bring from an engagement from 3 months ago besides kids, okay? Including the fact that you were engaged 3 months ago, okay? He then brings up how I used to have a bad ego, but not anymore because I've learned from my past relationships. Not if you were engaged 3 months ago and now you're married. Not only are you married, you're married and talking about wanting to have a honeymoon baby with me, a stranger. You know what I'm saying? I will respect someone who has been single and dating for the past 10 years who come on the show versus someone who was engaged 3 months ago. Again, who the fuck left the gate open? Who did that? How did he get through security? Anyway, as they talking or whatever, he then asked her if she's a virgin. And she was like, no, why would you think that? He like, I just didn't know. Are you affectionate? You know what I'm saying? Do you have a high sex drive? She's like, what? Well, yes, I'm affectionate, but I don't want to answer the little sex drive question. Well, I answered all your questions. You can. She's like, if I feel comfortable, then yes. You know what I'm saying? I like intimacy. He then asked her, well, are you on birth control? I was like, oh my God. This line of questioning is red flags. It's suspect. Like, bitch, run now. Okay, I'm leave that be. It was just weird all around. Then Paige is talking to his daddy. Okay, and at this moment, at this magic moment, I realized I hate Chris' father. Okay, I don't like Chris just like I don't like his father. They are one and the same. His father basically told her Chris works a lot, okay? And when Chris comes home, he wants to be with his wife, and have relations when he gets home. So, when he comes home, just kind of do that. And I'm looking like, the fuck? And this wife, Chris' mama, is sitting there and just kind of saying, well, I'm like, bitch, you girl. I was just like, the whole family's fucked up. Because for you to talk to your son's brand new stranger wife, and your advice to her was, when my son gets home, fuck him. Make sure that you give him pussy at the end of the day. That was your advice, father of the groom, motherfucker here. Fuck my son, no matter how you feel every day, girl. I cannot. Chris is then talking to her friends. Boom, pow. Okay, he's talking to the friends, to the bridesmaids and everything. And he tells them that he was engaged a few months ago, okay? But he's healed from that since then. No one heals from an engagement in 3 months. You just don't. Unless it didn't mean anything. And again, if that's the case, Chris is out here getting engaged and marrying people for no reason at all besides he's bored. Okay, he's like a rich man who buys monkeys. I have extra money, why not buy monkeys? Okay, I have extra time, why not get engaged or get married or whatever? Okay, so when he told the friends that he was engaged, they're like, so, and now you're ready for marriage to our friend? Red flag, red flag, red flag. They spotting and hearing and seeing red flags all around, okay? He then brings up how, you know what, I've never really, he said yes, he was ready for marriage, boom, pal. He then brings up how he has never dated someone like Paige because he's only dated chicks who are trophy wives, who are pretty and want you to pay for everything. I'm like, you call her ugly? Like, to say that you've only dated trophy wives who are pretty, then what do you consider Paige? And they're like, first of all, Paige is a trophy wife. She's amazing. How the fuck did he get on this show? Chris then says how, we have great conversation. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy talking with her. He then says out his own mouth, I think Paige is the woman that I need, but not the woman that I would have wanted. And I was like, this motherfucker here, you really said that to her friends? He then says how marriage is more than what is on paper about careers and about money. Says the motherfucker who keeps talking about his money and his job. I was like, oh my God, Chris is an asshole. Again, red flags, all up and through. Okay, he then says how he was not 100% attracted to her when he first saw her. He telling us not the friends. So again, he telling us that he was not 100% attracted to her when he first saw her, saying that I think she's beautiful in her own way. He then repeated that 18,788 times, meaning I think she's ugly with a nice body. That's what he was, because her body's amazing. Her ass is great, her shape was great, and she's beautiful in her own way. I'm like, Chris, you beautiful in your own way too, brother. Okay, you were hit once or twice with the ugly stick. You wasn't beat with an ugly stick. You wasn't beat with one, but you got hit once or twice in the face. Anyway, and I bet his penis is small. The fact that he's just this much of an asshole. And when the friends say, well, what do you like about Paige so far? He then says, oh, the conversations we've had about honeymoon babies. And it was like, are you serious? He's like, I got a stronger pullout game. I'm like, I don't know. Are we, girl, we have to be caught in we the Matrix? This red blue pill. I don't know which pill I took to end up here. Cause this shit don't make no sense. And when the friends go talk to Paige or whatever, I'm like, tell her he ain't shit. How can y'all not get from him? Friend, run. Friend, leave him. Leave him. And the one friend did say that I love it. She's like, I need him to know that you're more than just a beautiful person with ovaries. Because he just wants a baby. I heard Greg going on the way. Girl, that was the whole episode. I will see y'all next week. Peace.